Hey guys, it's Tamara from Adoornments Decor. How are you? I am having a great Saturday. I hope you are too. And I wanted to come on here for just a minute today and tell you that we are doing a free webinar tomorrow night about 4 secrets to becoming a confident painter. So if you're one of those people who struggles with your painting confidence, if you feel like you're just always like having a hard time choosing colors or getting started, or you're not sure what brush to use, you're not alone. There are many people out there exactly like that. And so I've actually put together a webinar for you guys. And if you're not sure what a webinar is, it's essentially an online presentation. I'll have a few slides to share with you, but more importantly, I will have 4 tips for you guys, 4 secrets to painting with confidence. And so it's not going to be here on Facebook. It's not going to be in a Facebook group. It's going to be on a webinar. So in order to get signed up for it, all you have to do is click the link that is in the video description. I might be able to put it here also. Let me see. Aha, I can. So we're going to put it right here for you guys. And all you have to do is go there, put in your name and email, and it should sign you up for the webinar at 0 cost. You should get an email shortly after that that will, kind of confirm that. Make sure you can find that email, because that's the key. You got to be able to find that email. It's probably going to be in your junk folder if it's not in your inbox. And then tomorrow you should get a reminder email with a link telling you where to go at 8 p.m. Central. Jamie says, I'll be there. Awesome. Okay, let me pull up the comments over here so I can see them a little better. Let's see. Where are they? Real-time comments. That's why I couldn't see them. It was only showing me the most recent ones. Oh, no, this is Friday Fab Five's video that I opened up. This isn't even me going live right now. I didn't even realize I was wearing a different color shirt in the live I opened up. Pamela's already signed up. Awesome. Well, while you're here right now, I did want to tell you guys a little story, so I hope you guys will stick around for a few minutes. It's not going to take very long. Tara's signed up. Awesome. Hello, Michelle from Alabama. I'm located in Kentucky. Jocelyn's signed up, and so is Andrea. No email yet. Okay. Hopefully you will get one tomorrow, confirming and whatnot and just reminding you. So my story, right? So when I was little, I had a great grandmother who was my dad's grandmother, and she was a one-room schoolhouse teacher for years. And so she was a teacher and like a habitual learner through and through, right? Well, I was probably, I don't know, Charlie's age, 6, 7, 8 years old. I don't know, Charlie's 6. And I used to go to her house to be babysat quite often. And I was amazed because she not only had a piano in her house, she could play piano. Yes, I did send out a text. Maybe it's delayed getting to you. I don't know. But she had a piano in her house, and then she also had a room in the back where was like her art studio, and it had gorgeous paintings in it and all kinds of oil paints and brushes, and I just thought that place looked like a candy shop. I wanted to go in there and just play. I thought it looked like so much fun, but I knew not to mess anything up. But she was probably in her 70s, maybe even 80s, and she was painting on oil, on canvas, and doing all of this beautiful artwork. And I just thought, she can do anything. Like, I thought she must have been blessed with like all of these amazing skills, and that like I didn't get, I just couldn't believe that like she knew how to do all this stuff. She could paint a picture of a barn, and it would look exactly like the barn. Or she would paint a picture of some daffodils, and March flowers, that's what I call them, were my favorites. And so I have some of her artwork that I've kept over the years of those kinds of flowers. She was very good at painting still life. And then she even painted a picture of my brother playing in a tree, which was based off of a photo that she had taken when he was little. And so I was just amazed that she was able to do all of this. And I thought she was just born with this amazing ability to be able to paint. Happy weekend, Kathy. But now that I'm an adult, I found out she wasn't born with all of that. You know what? That lady, when she retired from teaching, went back to the local college and started taking art classes. So she was just a habitual learner. She always wanted to be learning something. Lifelong learner. I guess that's probably a better way of saying than habitual learner. She was a lifelong learner. She went back to the college and she started taking art classes, and that's how she started learning to paint on canvas. And so knowing that now, I'm more amazed at the fact that even at like 60, 70, 80 years old, she decided to go back and learn something brand new she'd never tried before. But I kind of wish I had known as a kid that her skills weren't something she was born with, that it was something that she had developed and she had learned by going back to taking classes. And so the whole point of all of this, the reason I'm telling you guys this, is because so many of you watching right now have this belief, possibly, now maybe not all of you, but so many of you guys have this belief that painting is something you're born with. It's like a skill, a talent, like you've got a knack for that. And while some people may have a little bit of a knack for that, most of the people who are painting today, I mean, there are like the true people who have like a savant talent to do something. Like they're born and they can just do it. There are people like that. But I would say the vast majority of people who paint and do things like this have been taught. I don't think a lot of you guys learn or know that it is a learned skill. And so knowing that it's a learned skill gives us so much empowerment, right? Because we can go out and we can find resources that can help us learn this skill. So if I wanted to learn how to play basketball, what would I do? First of all, I'd go out and get a basketball and I'd find a goal to start practicing on. I would also probably find some kind of camp to sign up for, or maybe a team to join, or a coach that could teach me, right? So let's apply that to painting. If you wanted to learn to paint, what would be step number 1? Go out and get some paints. Just like I'd go out and buy that basketball. You would have to go out and get some paints. Tammy says, this gives me hope that I'll learn and I love it and want to make time. Yes, exactly. Here comes Charlie trying to storm in here. She's going to throw me off my game and make me forget what I was going to say. But anyways, Charlie, I'm on live. Not right now. Daddy's in there. It's not like he can't help her with something. But anyways, so yeah, first step would be to go out and buy some paints and some brushes and something to do, like a piece of canvas or something to do a project on. Next step would probably be to find a class to sign up for. And some of you guys were asking, what does that sign behind you mean, August 23rd? Well, that is when our membership, the Painters Clubhouse, opens up to the public. We actually, hi Charlie. She's hang on. Pause this talk. Yep, you've got a marker. Are you about to teach an art class to everybody watching?
Yeah, because you said I should take over your thing because I'm good at art.
I said she should take over my thing because you're good at art. I don't remember saying that.
Yes, you do.
I think I said...
It was when I was coloring my Halloween thing.
Oh, that was what I said. I didn't say take over right now, though. I was saying you should take over when you're grown up. Like you could take over the business.
Oh.
Okay, we'll get back to our little chat in just a second. Charlie's drawing everybody a stick figure.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Charlie's picture. Good job, Charlie.
I was coloring in my room. That's why there's a lot of brown.
Yvette said, good morning, Charlie.
Good morning. I didn't just wake up. I woke up earlier.
Oh, it's not. She's saying it's not morning anymore. What is it? It's afternoon now, isn't it? Depends on where you are in the country. We're in Kentucky, so it's afternoon here. Let's see. Somebody, you said that is there a limit to the amount of people who can sign up for, I'm guessing you mean the webinar. You said the class, but if you mean the webinar, no, I don't think there's a limit. So as many of you want to sign up as can. Let me see if I missed another question. Kimberly says, crazy how everything makes sense. It makes sense when a sports analogy is applied. That's probably why so many preachers in the pulpit and so many people on stage will use a sports analogy, because people can wrap their head around that, right? So going back to painting, if you're wanting to learn to paint, you need to go out and get brushes and paints. And then step 2, find some kind of class to take or some kind of team to join, just like if you were in basketball. And so we just finished up a double-sided door hanger class. Many of you guys participated with us and learned how to paint both sides of this. And I'm so proud of the ladies in there who, conquered their fears and accomplished a project. We have hundreds of photos of ladies holding up their projects and smiling, and it fills my cup. It makes my heart feel so full. But the third thing you would need is a coach, right? You need a coach that's going to guide you, that's going to teach you the fundamentals. Like in basketball, what are the fundamentals? Dribbling, handling the ball, passing, shooting, positions, and like, I don't know, like I know a lot about basketball. I was a little lady Laker back in the day. I did play like pee-wee basketball, but once it got up to like middle school and high school age, I was like, meh, I don't care about this. I was more into softball. So I should have used softball as an analogy. But anyways, in every skill you want to learn, there's fundamentals. Painting is no exception. There are fundamentals to learning to paint. And so this is all stuff I can teach you. It's all stuff you can learn. So my first point was learning to paint is a learned skill. It's not something you're naturally born with. Most people aren't. Number 2, the thing you need to have is a willingness to practice. Because I can go out and buy a basketball. I can go and join a team. I can hire a coach. But if I only get my hands on the ball and shooting baskets when I'm like at basketball practice, and I'm only doing it when the coach is actively making me do something, are my skills really going to advance that much? Marginally, right? But if I really have a desire to learn how to play basketball or to paint in this situation, and I have a willingness to practice, then I'm going to be painting at home every chance I get. I'm going to be out in the carport, the garage out there shooting baskets any chance I get if I'm wanting to learn basketball outside of the court or outside of the classroom in this situation. So you have to have a willingness to practice. But the third thing is you have to have you need to not be afraid to fail. I started to say a lack of fear. That didn't sound right. You need to not be afraid to fail. Because just like with basketball, if you, trip and stumble or fumble the ball and then the other team intercepts, like that's a failure, right? And you feel like a screw up. And what if you like want to quit after that? With painting, you may have painted something and then accidentally messed up and got a glob of paint on something, or maybe you just you don't like the way it looks and you feel like a failure. The point is you can't throw your project in the trash and quit, because you're not going to get any better doing that. It's going to make you feel good for about 2 seconds because you're like, forget this, and you throw it away. But then after that, you're going to start kind of like beating up on yourself a little bit mentally, and you're going to be like, I really wish I could learn to do that, but I just can't, and then so it's a mental game then. So just like with sports, learning to paint is a skill that you can practice. You have to be willing to fail and not be afraid of failure, because we always learn something when we fail. Even the other night in the workshop we did, I accidentally painted one of the feathers of the turkey the wrong color, and I was a little bit embarrassed for a second. I was like, crap, I'm supposed to be teaching these people, and I accidentally messed up. And then I thought, no, wait a minute, Tamara. They can learn just as much from you in this moment when you've screwed up, because it's probably happened to one of them tonight. They can learn just as much from you in this moment when you've messed something up as they could when everything goes perfect. Probably more so. And so I decided not to beat myself up about it. I didn't get aggravated or anything. I was just like, oops, here we go. This is how we fix it. And I showed everybody step by step how to fix the problem. And so for those of you who have had that tendency, how many of you, by show of hands, I'm curious, have any of you ever thrown a project in the trash because you've gotten just so frustrated with it? Kimberly says, exactly. By throwing the project away, all you do is alleviate the immediate stress, but you deprive yourself of a feeling of achievement. I feel like I need to write that down, Kimberly. That was good. Real good. I missed some questions. I'm going further up too. We got about 2.5 inches of rain here. Oh goodness, Robin. I hope you guys get over the COVID soon. That's terrible. Lots of you guys. Oh, me. Hopefully you can go grab them out of the trash right now. It better not be your workshop project. I don't want to find out that these are in your trash can. Go get them out right now. Go figure out. Go troubleshoot. Figure out the problem. If you're frustrated to the point where you feel like you need to throw it away, what you need to do in that moment is go wash your brushes and walk away. Come back to it the next day. Because you're going to feel so much better about it the next day. You're not going to be as frustrated. That feeling's going to go away. And you're like, okay, troubleshooting mode. How can I fix this? Pam says the worst phrase ever is that failure's not an option. If you're not willing to fail, you're not willing to try. Yes, I agree with that for sure. Hey, Tiffany. So, in summary, you guys need to go sign up for the workshop, or not the workshop, the webinar. I've put the link right here. It's 100% free. It's tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. We're going to be talking about 4 secrets to painting with confidence, or becoming a confident painter. Same thing. And so go sign up for that. It's at 8 p.m. Central tomorrow night. And then following the webinar, don't tell anybody. You guys will be invited to join the Painters Clubhouse early, before Monday. And so you'll have access to all 3 of the bonuses that we're going to be giving out. The bonuses. Do you want to hear what the bonuses are? Leanne says, if you don't succeed, try again. Absolutely. Do you want to hear what the bonuses are? So the first bonus is how to sell your door hanger, because I know a lot of you guys are worried about joining the Painters Clubhouse because, you know, it's money, right? And money's tight for a lot of people right now. So what do? You sell at least 1 project every single month. It's going to make your membership so much more affordable. Somebody on our workshop last night said that they had a video kind of go viral on TikTok, and she said she's already sold enough door hangers to pay for her month in the Painters Clubhouse this month. So awesome. Hey, Kristen B, how are you? I miss you, girl. She said, I'm staying focused on my business when my house is a construction zone. Oh, girl, I can't even imagine. Jennifer is signed up. She says she's on a wait list. Okay, that's fine. Tomorrow you should get a link about how to get in there, okay? Patsy says just sand it and start over again. Absolutely. Kimberly says, I'm a high school business teacher. I teach computers, so my students get stressed when they can't figure something out and want me to do it for them. And of course, I don't. But I lead them by questioning, and then they figure it out, and both of us celebrate. I like how you said you lead by asking them questions, because especially kids, like, they are little sponges. They know a lot more than we think they know. And so you can, ask them a few questions, and a lot of times they can figure out the answer themselves. And then they're that much more proud that they figured it out themselves, and it teaches them something. Oh, you miss me too. Thank you, Kristen. Laura says, I'm sitting on the fence about the club, but I'm leaning towards signing up. Oh, I was telling you guys about the bonus. So like I said, the first bonus, if you sign up early, which you can sign up after the webinar tomorrow night, the first bonus is how to sell your door hanger, because that's important. You need to know how to do that, because there's going to be people who are going to ask you if you're selling these, and you might as well. Number 2, the second bonus is how to fix a mistake without throwing your project in the trash. So all of you people who were doing the little hand raise emoji a few minutes ago, you need that bonus, okay? You need it. And then the third bonus is how to practice your door hanger painting. And that is not on a door hanger, believe it or not. So there are ways to practice basketball without being in a gymnasium, right? There are ways you can practice things without actually having a basketball goal or a gymnasium. And so there are ways you can practice painting without having a physical wooden piece, a door hanger in front of you that you're afraid to mess up on. So I've got some tips for you in that bonus. And so come and join us for the webinar. It starts tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. It's 100% free. Click the link right here. All you have to do is type in your name and your email. And just right now, tell Siri to remind you that the webinar is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. All right. Y'all have a great afternoon. I'll see you tomorrow.